Well, hello there, friends. On this Sunday, March 28th, 2021, it is about maybe 2 p.m., 3 p.m. I'm not quite sure. Went to church service, spent some time at the monastery. Just some good thinking, if you will. It continues to go well, you know. I hope everyone went to church, right? You gotta, not just once, you gotta go, but keep on going as often as you can. And not just on Sunday, on whatever days you can, go to. Both in terms of your own spiritual growth and cleansing and, I don't know, clearing up the murkiness or seeing something in the murkiness, but also the fellowship too. Yeah, the more you go, the more the opportunity kind of gets created for something, right? It's good. Just keep meeting more and more people. You know, I think people also see you're a regular and just in general will introduce themselves to you more. It's been good. I'd say probably some of the most comfiest services have been those where it was on a weekday or so, and, you know, maybe towards the evening and there's not as many people. It just feels a little bit comfier. I can see the place for both, you know. The one where there's a whole lot of people and all that, and sometimes you kind of just something a little bit more low-key and intimate, if you will. Just easier to kind of take it all in when it's quiet and get to know people. It's good. You know, some people I'm getting a bit closer with, if you will. You know, you see more regularly, have deeper conversations. There's one cool gentleman around sort of my age, a little bit younger. See him more often now, and we kind of chat. Cool dude. Looking forward to talking to him more. You know, it's not on a completely similar plight and path, but a little bit. And yeah, it's just based and red-pilled, if I might, just being like, whoa, it's kind of cool to take that thing that you see on the internet and then like into the real world of like, oh yeah, this is cool. Meet and talk to somebody like that. But it definitely has made me, the more that I keep doing that and the more people I interact with and meet and just keep pushing to get out of that comfort zone and all that stuff, the more you just see how truly dysfunctional I have been and am. You know, and what did, both in terms of just, you know, all that isolation, and not just any old type of isolation, but that kind where you're at home, you're not necessarily reflecting on something. It's this, you're at home on the internet by yourself. So it's like especially kind of awful. You know what, in the years and years of doing all that, how completely disconnected that you become from people and out of touch and the connection that you lose with them, that, you know, going to church and what have you, and just meeting people, having conversations, you know, outside of any sort of work thing where you have to do it, right? It's your job, but it's a thing where you kind of like, man, I should go out, I should get, you know, something that should be normal, that you're like shocked and whatever, and like, wow, by. On the other side too, that all that isolation and all that time spent alone in your head but like I said, you're not really reflecting on anything fantastic. It's just a lot of time spent on the internet staring at computers and just these random little, I don't know, I'm reminded of just something that Hell by the Dashboard Light said, so I'm just giving him credit here, and we don't, it's people watching this, you may not be a fan of all of his opinions and stuff. We don't need to get into that. I do not. It's just, when somebody makes a good point about something, it's worth bringing up. And that how at a certain point in life, I think I remember saying that, there might be pictures of you as a kid doing this or doing that. And at some point, the only pictures that exist is just you, sitting and staring at a computer. And then that's all that exists, is you staring at a computer. And at some point, there's not even pictures of that anymore. And how, I really began to reflect on the last 20-ish years. I mean, it really is. I look at our photo books. It's pictures of me as a kid with my dad doing this or that, or with friends or something. And then at some point from high school until now, at some point you see those high school pictures where it's, oh, this is you sitting at a computer. This is you sitting in your room staring at a computer. Oh, here's another picture of you sitting in your room staring at a computer. And then at some point, there's not even any more pictures of you. It's just, if you want a picture of yourself for anything, it's let me go take this awful selfie of myself. And that's all you have. And this, it's like that one memory, it's like that meme too of the, there's like a stick figure drawing of it's like a dude sitting on his computer and then has that like thinking back moment, and he's remembering himself sitting at his computer 10 years ago and starts crying. And, it's like, oh, all these great memories. And you realize that, yeah, this is very much your life. The last 20 years, what have I done? Just what memory truly stands out? Lots and lots of time sitting in your room by yourself, staring at a computer, or maybe laying in bed staring at a phone once that started becoming a thing. Just completely engrossed in something on the internet or game or something like that. Wow. What wonderful effect did this have on you? Oh, that's going to get me a copyright strike. What effect did that have on you? This long-term isolation, staring at computers. What damage did that do to you too? And I don't mean that in some sort of, oh, boo-hoo, I'm a victim, but what did you do to yourself? I do not think, I've heard it kind of repeated at some of these services with the the church is sort of a hospital for the soul. And man, have I really, really lately thought about how truly ill I actually am. Dysfunctional and ill, sick, whatever term you want to use. It's, not just the physical side. It's everything, the sort of spiritual, mental, emotional, social side of it. What effect did all of it have on you? All the years of just binge drinking coffee and all the fast food and the alcohol and the pornography and the fapping and just being alone, not really being around people, just getting into these weird little obsessions on the internet or just, in life of like, muscle and exercise, blah, blah. Just spending a whole lot of time alone, not really mulling over anything real and meaningful du jour, if you will. Just random, these little thought patterns, just trivial little things. Should I quit coffee? Should I drink it? Build this and that. Should do this. You just really start to see the dysfunctional patterns of behavior in yourself, even as you're just kind of out and about, and how you view things and other people. I've completely lost touch with any. It's not just, it's, you're reconnecting with other human beings, and that thing where you're by yourself, but you've kind of lost touch, in your solitude and alone time. You might think, well, you're already in your head and already thinking too much, but it's almost not even that. You've just, it's sort of this strange paradox where for all that alone time, you've actually, ironically enough, also lost touch with any sort of inner voice that you may have had. There seems to be no discernment, right? There seems to be truly no discernment. Who are you, right? What should you actually be doing? Are these things that I'm thinking about, is this coming from me of what I should be doing, or is this something else? Man, I gotta tell you folks, I don't mean to go all like anti-technology or any of that stuff, but I have truly, just kind of finding that pattern in myself. There's a lot of great things on the internet and with YouTube and technology, but man, do you start to see the downside that it can also have an effect on in yourself. Just, you get up in the morning and you can't even just enjoy a nice little quiet whatever. You're already, I'm going to get up, I'm going to open the phone, start staring at my email, what's going on here, check notifications, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to sit down to eat dinner, and I can't just sit and eat it and maybe have a little, just listen in on what my parents are talking about or have a little conversation with them. I need to plug in a pair of headphones and listen to a podcast or something like that, because I need some kind of stimulation, right? It's, you get up in the morning and it's the same thing with coffee. You just got to have that thing. Just got to have that little stimulation of something to kick you. You absolutely cannot bear to stand the silence. You've always seemingly got to be doing something, got to be consuming something, got to be poked and prodded with something. I just had multiple of these days where, okay, it's late at night. Let's do some reading. You know, like get rid of this screen time. Just kind of unplug. Put your focus somewhere else. And, you know, you look at the clock and it's like freaking almost 1 in the morning, and you think like, what the hell did I just do? Staring at my phone for what? Learning what? Thinking about what? I mean, it's not bad, but just, man, what? Wow. And so, yeah, I mean, good luck. You know, you've been staring at your phone for hours now. Oh, well, blue screen, schmoo screen, whatever. Yeah, good luck trying to get any sleep then. You lay down in bed and just it's not even that you're not tired. I mean, you try to read a book, and that's when you start beginning yourself waning and falling asleep, but you lay down and you just have all this stuff going through your head. Oh man, just more computers, more internet, more staring at screens, at this and that. You know, you do it as part of your job, you do it as part of your interest, as this, as that. Once again, certainly has its place, but man, I don't know about anyone else. Do I feel like utter and complete saturation from internet information, just all of this noise, you know? And I don't mean to say that in some derogatory way, but it's the this and the that, where you can't even, you struggle to just open a freaking book and just be alone with that like, oh, it's not exciting enough, you need some kind of other stimulus, right? And no wonder you cannot seemingly get in touch with anything inside of here. Little figments and things like that. Just a whole lot of confusion otherwise that yes. Then you begin to start to get an inkling of how truly dysfunctional and sick you are and have been. That you didn't even really realize the half of it. You know, I just need to take care of a few things in life, and surely that's going to work it out, right? I just need to fix my back, fix my sleep, you know, lose weight, build muscle, build these types of muscles, get this kind of a job, make this much money, make more money. When is it ever going to be enough, right? How much will ever be enough? How much muscle will ever be enough? Which kind of muscle, right? I should only talk to these kinds of people, so you can get something out of them, right? Not just freaking talk to human beings. I don't know, on and on and on and on and on and on it goes. Wow. Wow. Is this indeed spiritual sickness and the various things that it manifests in all the routes? It kind of like a river just goes down and touches the different roads it passes by. I don't know. Wow.